Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Gunawan Hariska. I'm from Sriwijaya University English Study Program 5A Palembang class. This video is a speaking for academic purposes assignment, and here I would like to talk about education in Indonesia. So without any further ado, let's get started. Education. So when we talk about education, let's talk about the definition education itself. Based on Wikipedia, education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, moral beliefs, and habits. So in Indonesia itself, we carry out 12 years of education, starting from the elementary school until the senior high school. So in fact, but the education itself it's not only in school, because in the middle of general public, we can also get education. So education does not have to in the school not only in the school levels. And currently, in Indonesia in 2021, education in Indonesia is carried out by online learning. This is because considering by the spread of COVID-19 pandemic, and Indonesia get affected by the pandemic. So the learning process in education were also carried out in online learning. As we know that COVID-19 in Indonesia has reached 4.12 million cases, so that's why the government decided to conduct the online learning to break the spread of COVID-19. So talking about the online learning itself, we also wonder whether this online learning will be effective or not, or maybe can improve the quality of education in Indonesia. I have read an article that this online learning contains elements of pro and contra. So from the pro side, online learning is the best option. Why? Because we are currently in the pandemic situation. So we are being hunted by the pandemic, and if we choose to carry out in offline learning, so I think it will be the threat of Indonesia, so which is it's currently a slum. So an online learning can be hone the teacher skills, demonstrate the teacher's ability to use the technology media, and also presenting planned and effective learning. And for the contra side, the online learning also has a contra side, such as the internet signal, the quota subsidies, and the media and learning method is very, very influential in online learning. So because why? Because each region in Indonesia does not have the same signal capability. So this is what the interferes with the online learning process. Besides that, online learning also felt to be less effective than offline learning, because the teacher have difficult to convey the learning material. The assignment given to the student also sometimes done by parents, so it's not by the student themselves. And also for the young teachers, it's easy to use existing technology, but for the older teachers, I think it's some of them cannot use the technology well. So looking at the pro and the contra side of online learning, we must to continue carry out the current education regulation in Indonesia, because with this online learning, it is hoped that it will not decrease the quality of education in Indonesia. So instead we hope that the quality of education in Indonesia can improve in online learning, because we can use the media or use the technology well while in education region. So with the government decision that will continue the online learning at least until the end of 2021, it is hoped that students can follow it well, and hopefully the situation in the world and in Indonesia itself can recover from the pandemic COVID-19. Well, I think that's all that I can say about education in Indonesia currently. I hope you can get much information from me, and thank you for watching, and at the end, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.